Catholics claim they don't worship Mary, they just venerate her, kind of like honoring your parents. Maybe I can get behind that, but then I see these big statues of Mary, bowing down, kissing,
calling her the co-redemptrix.
How is that not idol worship? First, the church distinguishes between latria, worship due to God alone, and dulia, honor to the saints. Mary receives hyperdulia, the highest honor for any creature, because she's the mother of God. Second, Catholics and Orthodox Christians see Mary as the Ark of the New Covenant. Just like God's presence was carried or mediated through the Ark in the Old Testament, Jesus, God himself, was carried in Mary, and there are many striking parallels in Scripture. But what about bowing and kissing? Well, in American culture, that might seem like worship, but biblically, it's not. Jacob bowed to Esau 7 times. Bathsheba bowed to King David. Solomon bowed to his mother. In Revelation, Jesus says that people will bow to the apostles' feet. And the apostles greeted each other with a holy kiss, expressing affection, not worship. Third,
the title co-redemptrix
might sound like she's equal to Jesus, but in Latin, co can also mean with. In other words, she's not equal to Jesus, she simply cooperated with him, trusting in God's plan. I haven't covered everything, but I already know in the comments people would be like, you worship Mary. And I would remind them, bearing false witness against your neighbor is a violation of the 8th commandment. Catholic theology can be dense, but that isn't an excuse to take things at face value and run with it. The Catholic Church has infallibly defined that salvation is only through Christ alone, and it has excommunicated people who worship Mary. Thus, claiming otherwise would be out of ignorance or lying. Speaking of lying, I have a confession to make. I didn't actually come up with these arguments. I copied them from Catholic Answers. If you have more questions, check out this book they recently published, The Big Book of Catholic Answers, which contains detailed replies to over 250 questions, from is there evidence to God to the role of women in the church.